did tell you guys that there would be a load. I was at FedEx trying to do my pickup at the airport. Was supposed to pick up today, but they had delays. Long story short, the stuff never flew in. The load never arrived. So they're paying me a tow. It's called a truck ordered not used. Truck ordered not used. I don't know what it's going to be, how much it costs, how much they're going to pay. Every single broker pays differently. Every single customer pays them differently. So you can get a decent one from some people, or you can get a junk, who knows how much, from somebody else. I'm just trying to see. I thought I saw my father over there, but it's not him. Two vans over there trying to pick something up. One of them looked exactly like my dad's at the airport, but it's not him. Anyways, I'm going home for now. We'll see what the next load brings us. For now, I'm gonna, keep this part. I mean, I did show up, so I'm not gonna delete this. Just saying hello, and we'll figure it out, I guess, as we go. If this can pick up tomorrow, this might be a go for tomorrow as well. They have a plane arriving at like 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So they always have two planes arrive that they have to unload on Saturday. And I'm not sure about Sunday, but if the broker decides that they want to, keep us on the load and so on and so forth, then we might be able to do it. There's one landing right there, guys. Check it out. Look, look, look. Look, look, look. Allegiant Airlines. And that's how it's done. Guys, today is Monday. That FedEx load I had never worked out. They never called back on the Saturday or the weekend, so who knows what's up with it. If it showed up, if it didn't, it's still showing up. Somebody was picking it up, somebody else. I don't know. Don't know. Today, like I said, it is Monday, and I have another load. I have two loads actually. So the usual, the one we committed from picking up in the evening from Kalispell or from Olympia area going to Kalispell. That one they were quiet about it until we got a local load, which is like a 200-mile run. Picks up out of Spokane and then delivers to Sunnyside, Washington. So I got that load, and then these guys asked, hey, can you guys still do this one? So we figured, yeah, sure, we'll give it to another driver. Well, another driver got another load, and so now I have to take care of both of these ones. So I'm heading to pick up 2 hours earlier, which if they load me like that, then I will be okay, and I can still make my other pickup on time. But today is a full day. I'm talking about full day. Because of the two loads, because of that much driving, it's, it's good. Good full day. Let's roll to pickup and see what happens. Let's see if it's ready 2 hours earlier for me. Here's some news. I went to go pick up this load in the morning, and guess what? They tell me after checking that it's not here yet, hasn't not arrived. They said only at like, whatever it was, 8 something I showed up over there or whatever. They said that it only left Seattle area this morning. So it would arrive somewhere between 1 o'clock and 2, and still needed to get unloaded from a trailer, so on and so forth. So the earliest supposedly that they could load us would have been afternoon, but they needed delivered by 3. So long story short, I can't do that because I am heading to Olympia area to pick up my usual Monday load. So I'm driving there, and I'm gonna have another driver pick this up tomorrow. They rescheduled the whole thing for tomorrow. So tomorrow another driver is gonna be taking it, so on and so forth. All good with me. That way I don't have to mess with it. Don't have to worry about being late. Don't have to hurry myself, so on and so forth. I mean, I still have to hurry myself. It's 11:20. I'll probably arrive over there I'm not sure exactly. I haven't punched in the address in the GPS. Maybe I'll do that. Recent. We'll see what time I'll arrive. That really doesn't matter. I'll be on time for my pickup. That's not a big deal. So let's get going. If you guys haven't subscribed and you can subscribe, please do so. If you haven't subscribed and you don't want to, then at least throw me a thumbs up and a like. That would help me out a lot. Ohio. I wonder if it's an expediter or just somebody traveling. Couldn't tell. They got solar panels up on top, so could be both. Never know. Once again, we did a drone flight in the one of the most beautiful areas in this part of the country. That is a good view from there, guys. Awesome view. I would have done a little more and would have went a little further and kind of did a little better design, but the problem was that I was in my last battery, and in the end it was already landing in the bushes. So I don't want to go in the bushes. In the bushes only at nighttime, if anything. Outside it's like 71 degrees. It's super beautiful, super warm. It is middle of October, or actually it already passed over towards the end anyway already. It was nice until we got here. A little bit of head-on wind, but nothing that Mr. Chocolate can't handle. Mr. Chocolate can handle all of it. Let's get to pickup. It's looking like I'm turning out to be half an hour early for my pickup. By the time I, stopped, did the flight, corrected it so it can go further and higher and all that kind of stuff, it just took forever. So, long story short, took a long time. I'm charging the batteries. There's 3 batteries I had. 2 of them were dead. Third one was dying as well. That's what the setup is like. Let's roll. Let's roll towards that delivery, pickup. Still a long time towards my delivery. Show you guys how I strap boxes in case you guys are wondering. These are not going anywhere. They're gonna go past the wheel well. These are not going anywhere. All this is super tight, super tight, super tight. These are not going anywhere, and I got the other one strapped in back there. So this is how it is. Driving like this under full moon reminds me of my teenage years. Look at that right there in the middle. That's the full moon. You guys probably can't see that great because I got a little bit of a tint on the lens of this camera, so it's not as bright. just a tiny little tint. But full moon, everything's super bright. With the full moon, you can turn off your headlights. See really awesome, really good. You can see the road even without headlights. Kind of cool to drive like that because you don't get to see that very often. Usually it's either snow, it's clouds, rain, so on and so forth, or just the moon. It's not a full moon. Anyway, lots of different variances, but with a full moon like that and it being still low like this, pretty cool. Morning to me. Not sure about you guys, but good morning for me. I slept good. I maybe woke up only once, I think, only once. And then with my alarm the second time. It's nice out here. It wasn't too cold. It's like, it says it's 37 right now, so it's pretty cool. It's fresh. I don't call it cold, it's fresh. For end of October, it's not bad. Not bad weather at all. I was expecting a lot worse. I already have my coffee done. There's a new gas station here that they built. They got some decent coffee. They got some decent variety of food. Early in the morning, I'm sure they had better variety. I showed up for a corn dog and a stuffed hash brown for breakfast. I would have gone somewhere for breakfast. I was actually craving some IHOP, like a steak omelet, but I'm in a hurry to go home because I actually have two things lined up to do. I gotta take my son's car to a framer to get the frame done on it, and then before I even get home, along the way, I still have to call another guy and have him scan the Sprinter and see why, what's up with that check engine light first. Second is because it doesn't take any DEF at all. So it's been 7,656 miles I put on this thing in a couple of weeks, and no DEF. It doesn't take any DEF, so that tells me that somebody's already programmed this thing, turned it off, and I'm not sure if the EGR has been turned off. I'm not sure if the DPF has been turned off, and if it has been turned off, I want to make sure that they put slots in there so air that still doesn't go through all that stuff. So I want to make sure it's done the right way. If there's something done, if it's partly done or one thing done, something got left out, I want to make sure everything gets finished either today, or if I need to come back to him, we can do it another day as well. Not a biggie. When I came to delivery, the gentleman goes, "Oh, you're right, did you get here at 3 a.m. again?" I'm like, "Yeah, like 3:17. He's like smiling, shaking his head, like kind of like, "Hey, I told you could do it." He's told me many times, "Oh yeah, you could bring it here." Man, I shouldn't have turned the camera this way. We'll keep it facing forward. I changed my mind. He doesn't pay me. Well, no matter what he says, he's just a guy working for that, what do you call it, nursing home. He gets paid from them. We get paid from the broker, so we do what the broker says, not what he wants. If he was the one writing my check, I would have told him, sure, change the paperwork, put on there flexible on the date, this time from there to there, and then we'll figure it out. But what would that do for me if it still loads really late? Once snow hits the mountains, I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I'm not even sure I'm gonna keep going and do this, because last night kind of was hard for me personally. I'm not sure why, but man, I was tired. The last 37 miles I had, boy, oh boy, I tell you, that was hard. Especially it's hard, not that I was like falling asleep or coming off the road, but when my brain shuts off when it wants to sleep, what happens to me personally is, like, you're driving, and all of a sudden it's quiet, and then all of a sudden, like, it's quiet and you don't realize what's happening. Your eyes are open, but all of a sudden it gets quiet, and then all of a sudden it gets loud. So you're kind of like, like somebody, like you're in a peaceful environment and somebody just like blasted music. So you get that, that jitter and the scare from that. Plus, what happens to me is I see things that are not there, meaning like, I'm driving, and all of a sudden I would think that there's something in front of me. So that right there would scare you as well, and it just keeps happening and happening and happening. So that's a sure sign of pulling over. I mean, I had 30 something miles left. There's like gas stations along the way here, things like that. So I could have pulled over. I just don't like doing it. I really don't like doing it. A lot of people do. A lot of people deal with, 100 miles away, finish it, in the morning, 50 miles, 70 miles, stop at a truck stop along the way. Hey, it's your guys' thing. Me, I like to be safe. I like to be on site. If I'm on site, that means I have no room for failure as far as delivering the load. I have no room for the vehicle to fail. What if it doesn't start? What if your starter died? What if you are leaking something throughout the night, it'll leak everything else out or whatever. And then you can't finish the load. What if you had an oil leak you never knew about? All of a sudden, you come outside and you see a huge puddle, then you can't continue on and finish the load. Going to be late or going to be late. The worst thing is not even completing it altogether and having to find somebody out in the middle of nowhere here, or even if you guys are in Chicago, it doesn't matter. I mean, all that takes time, all that takes approval for somebody else to get found to come out. Man, it's beautiful. Look at that. Yeah. Not a lot of fishermen this time. Last time it was so much colder. There were so many people out here fishing. Not today. But that's beautiful right there. So I like to sleep on site. That way I can get my load delivered. Just so there's no room for any kind of failure. Zero failure. But hey, that's just my preference. That's how I roll. I'd rather make that money than not make it, because I'm in the middle of nowhere, even if I wasn't, but I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's going to take who knows how many hours for somebody to get here, to take it from me and finish it up. Jeez, it's just such a pain in the butt that if you guys never dealt with it, you have no idea what kind of stress it is and how much time it takes for somebody just to show up and take your freight. And then after that, you'll still have to deal with the whole getting towed, going to a shop, and so on and so forth, on top of not having your freight delivered and on top of not getting paid for your load. I mean, you might get paid something, but it's all going to depend on how much the other people charge. Broker's going to charge as well, because they have to do the extra work finding a vehicle. So you might even end up owing money. We've had that happen, to where driver owed money because somebody else charged more than what he got for the load, and so driver had to owe money to get it transferred, because it's all in driver's responsibility to finish it up. You can rent a car, you can get towed straight to your delivery but you know, towing costs a fortune, so that's not worth it. It's worth it more to just lose it, or you know, altogether, or owe a little bit more versus towing. Gosh, towing. We've paid over $500 for 12 miles on a Sprinter to get towed, so it's incredible what they charge. They charge whatever they want to charge. So guys, this is that Indian reservation on this side. I'm not sure about this side. It's the same lake that I was talking about that I wanted to try fishing here. Ice fishing and regular fishing as well. So I don't know what that is. What is that in the water? Something's swimming. Must be a duck, or who knows. From here it looks like it's something other than a duck. But look at that. It's beautiful. I wanted to try fishing here. I hear another car coming. I'm not going to be standing on the bridge. You never know. Somebody could be on their phone doing who knows what. So I've tried to get on that side before, but it's an Indian reservation over there. You got to have permits and all that kind of stuff to be on the property. So I left, but every time I drive through here in the wintertime, people are fishing here, doing ice fishing. They have their tents out, they're just doing everything. I'm gonna try it. One of these days. You just park on that side, come out this way, and then you can fish over here. I'm gonna do it. you guys see that? Almost a head-on collision. Some idiot was passing that truck. Now I can't remember if it was a log truck or not, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Whoever it was, log truck or not log truck. I was just saying, if it's a log truck, they go fast enough everywhere anyways, around all the corners and everything. So those guys drive like maniacs because they, they make their money they make more if they make, an extra trip here and there, or 2 trips a day, whatever it takes. They make their money. The more they deliver, the more money they make. But whoever was passing that log truck went so close to this car that this Gramps over here barely made it. Barely made him squeeze through there. Bunch of weirdos. In the middle of the day, passing around corners like that, blind corners where you don't see anything. Doesn't make any sense to me.